It's just like an orchestra.
Right, that's it.
Excellent.
Hello. It's a Wednesday. It's an orange Wednesday. I'm talking about the films, not the football. I'm sorry. Sorry, Chris.
Film's not the lodge.
This is a film show. That's
Welcome
right.
to the Fulm Show, the Scottish film podcast where every week the tagline changes. I'm Stephen Smith, and once again today I'm joined by Joe Fisher on the mic
Oh, you didn't know.
and Chris Grant.
Boo.
Sufficiently spooky.
That was spooky.
Uh,
Like how everybody's already went for talking pure loud and official sound check brought to you by Dodge Ram.
Huh?
And now everybody's quiet again.
I want a Dodge Ram.
Use your Celtic voice.
I don't have a Celtic voice.
I've got a Kelly voice. Films. Films.
Films.
Films.
It's another week.
It is. It's Wednesday.
Remember the last podcast we done when I was 19? Now I'm 20.
Chris,
True.
That's true, Chris. In the space of a week, somehow Chris Grant
Aged a
evolved.
year.
We used our rare candy.
Remember on the Game Boy of Pokemon, and like the egg was there, and it would like flash into the next.
Aye.
Aye.
That was you in
That's what
the
happened
Soul
to me.
Club.
Aye, that's what happened to me.
Take you up and lean back.
You went in with a Capri Sun and came out with a pint of Amstel.
Roughly, yeah.
What you
Aye.
didn't know is the legal drinking age in the Salt Cot is apparently 20. At least you
That's
didn't
a
go
lie.
in with at least you didn't go in with a Lucozade sport bottle filled with straight vodka. Could have been worse.
It's more of a metaphor.
Nah, it's a metaphor.
Metaphor for
It was
what?
a metaphorical Capri
This is
Sun.
not The Fault in Our Stars.
It was a metaphorical Capri Sun.
The Capri Sun of our
Of our soul, our
light-
hearts.
our youth.
Yep.
Using the straw of life to pierce the Capri Sun of our youth.
Yep.
And suck it dry.
Oh my
Take
God.
it for all it's got.
Oh my God.
Do you not think blackcurrant
Yes.
Capri Suns are total
You
bullshit?
guys need to stop stealing lines from my screenplay.
What?
I think there's few things on this planet worse than blackcurrant Capri Suns.
I think you're a rat bastard.
I'm not a fan.
I do know one thing. Stephen is a worse thing.
Wow.
Stephen's the worst person I know.
I know one
Because of
thing.
what you did to me. Because of what you did.
What did you do?
Oh, right, okay, so
You ruined
let's
you ruined my Wednesday. I just finished it like an hour ago.
let's talk about the one thing that we do every week that is actually consistent.
Watch fucking bullshit. I get used to watch the best movie ever made, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and this is how you repaid me.
So every week we do the series of unfortunate events, which is when we pick a film and then somehow link another film to it through cast or director or actor.
I think this might have been like the most unfortunate of all the events we've had so far for me.
You know, last time we started again fresh because Chris broke it by picking an unfindable movie.
Well, we did find it, but it was in Russian.
Yeah. So we started again fresh, and Joe picked Fast and Furious 3 Tokyo Drift,
Extended cut.
which stars Lil Bow Wow. So I was going to pick Like Mike, but then Chris couldn't do the podcast. So I was like, I'm going to make them watch Scary Movie 5. And I did that.
Me and Joe had a meeting with the film show board about banning you because of that decision.
The Film Show Championship Committee meeting.
Back in the chair. Thank you.
It's fucking horse shit.
Did you guys think about Scary Movie 5?
Nothing.
Honestly,
Move
man.
on.
Just,
There's not a story.
Garbage.
There's no story to
Let's
that.
actually talk a bit in depth about Scary Movie
I
5.
don't know why, right, but now I've got it in my head that I'm going to watch all the movies.
Don't.
For humanity.
Joe, there's ones that like weren't released out over here.
For the people.
There's one that has Michael Cera in it.
What?
It's called
What?
The Extreme Movie.
Holy fuck.
You have Scary Movie 1 to 5.
Epic movie.
Disaster movie.
Technically, Meet the Spartans.
Meet the Spartans.
Do you know what I found on Netflix?
Sports movie, which is called something else over here.
Do you know what I found on Netflix? Meet the Spartans, unrated Pit of Death edition.
I feel like
Do you know that there's a Meet the Spartans rip-off?
Yes.
No.
I found
It's on Netflix.
I found Epic movie kind of funny when I was younger, so I feel like a certain amount of nostalgia for that would maybe pull me through that one. Scary Movie 3 and 4, again, I had nostalgia for those, so I feel like that would kind
The
of...
first two Scary Movies are genuinely funny.
I've not seen them.
I think...
I've not seen the first two.
If you've seen the movies that they're ripping on, I guess. Which is
You want to start a new feature and I'm going to watch all of them? And
Sure.
I'll report back every week.
Yep.
I might not... I doubt I'll only watch one a week. May watch a couple at a time and stuff like that. But I'll report back every week.
I've heard of...
movie.
Aye, I remember that.
I've heard the first one's just Scream.
Superhero movie, the first one
exactly the
is-
same.
Scream was originally called Scary Movie. And they changed it to Scream. And then they made Scary Movie, and it's just a spoof.
See what every film that comes out's for the makers of Scary Movie now. What was Scary Movie for the makers of?
Nothing.
Shite.
Hee-haw.
Great. So, what do you think of Scary Movie 5?
Terrible.
They're literally, I think I laughed once.
I think I might have laughed once.
At the pool machine, cleaner machine
I didn't
house
know
party.
I wasn't that. I
That
laughed
was
at.
pretty fucking funny. Really
I'm
stupid.
pretty sure I laughed at something really bad. I can't remember. I honestly don't remember. Who the fuck? Who was the guy? The dad?
He's in all of them,
Is he?
Yeah, I remember him
or
from Scary Movie
several of them.
5.
at least.
Not Scary Movie 5, Scary Movie 3.
Right. So, we should also probably talk about the about 2 seconds of movie that Lil Bow Wow's in this.
He's basically not in it.
He's in the audience at the end.
No, he's in the house.
Is he?
In the cabin in the woods.
Is that who? Is he?
Aye.
Oh shit! Right, he's the.
Aye.
It might have been that bit I laughed at because it was Evil Dead.
Snoop Dogg was in this film.
The bit that Usher showed up at was pretty funny.
In the audience.
He's the janitor
Who
who starts dancing.
is that? Usher?
Yeah. Apparently he's really cool. John Drake from Harmonix spent some time with him because he was doing something very free for them to do with Dance Central. Apparently he's really sound.
Discovered the Belieber.
My first ever
What?
He
No, I
discovered.
never. That was staged.
What was that?
It's
Akon.
It's like wrestling.
Akon. My first ever interaction with Tyler Perry dressed as Medea was in this. At the end. And that was... Everything about this movie is terrible. It starts off with Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen having sex. So, there's your preface. And then it goes into a weird, fake found footage that isn't found footage and is narrated by someone doing a bad Morgan Freeman
I
impression.
think he's in all of them. I think he's in the Scary Movies at least.
It's the same guy that done the More Than adverts.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Tisdale was in it. You might know her. I don't know what made her do this.
She runs a production company.
Does she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why she was in Scary Movie 5 then. Snoop Dogg's in it.
I could just link us to the next film and we don't need to torture
Aye,
ourselves
I'm
much longer.
It just wasn't funny. It still wasn't as bad as Disaster Movie.
Fuck.
So, do with that information what you will.
Right, you've got an option.
Christ. Don't make us pick, that's not the point.
No,
That's not
no.
the point. No,
Just
no.
I'm not going to make you pick.
Right.
I'm just going to say that there could be something from your childhood, or you can have a wild card.
It's your choice, mate.
No, I guess the whole point of this whole thing is that we've to watch absolute horse shit
Flip a coin, Chris.
and then be angry about it.
No,
But,
we watched the thing.
Right. heads
You
Heading-
decided what heads is. Heads
heading towards the childhood.
Right.
Right.
Hold on, I'm sitting in the coin.
See if your link is just Scary Movie
Tails,
4.
mate. It's Tails.
Right, what's the damage?
Right.
You need to tell us like what the...
Right.
That might not work, by the way, I don't know.
I can't remember the person's name that was that. If we load up IMDb, then I'll show you the direction in
Right.
which we're heading.
What the fuck? Right.
Is it really that bad?
I don't know.
You don't
Well,
know.
you understand what I don't know. Right,
Right,
so see if
okay.
Mm.
you go to Scary Movie 5.
Yep. Good start.
Always a good start.
Right.
Right. Oh, Christ,
Right.
Chris is standing up.
Fuck.
It's because I'm away at the back, right? If you go down, you'll see that... oh, hold on.
Come at me. On you go.
I think it's that Molly Shannon, might have been.
The rapper you were thinking of that appears as Mac Miller, Stephen.
Is it? Oh, Molly Shannon,
Go
that
down.
was.
And yeah, I think it is this one. And if you keep going down... Wait, stop.
Fuck. I'm so scared.
No, keep going down.
I'm so scared.
Well, this is the right person. Molly Shannon
Stop.
was in The Grinch, if you didn't know that.
No, that's not it either. Maybe it's somebody else. Right, keep going down.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Chris, mate.
There it is, stop.
Come prepared. What the
We are going to watch...
Oh my shit!
We are going to watch Snow Buddies.
Oh, Christ.
In this spin-off of the Air Bud franchise,
I fucking hate you, Chris.
That's what you get.
5 pups follow an ice cream transport truck to a plane and end up flying with the ice cream shipment to Alaska, where they find a pup friend and a boy who needs 5 dogs for a big race.
Right, have you guys ever seen the original Air Bud?
Yes,
Because that movie's also bullshit.
I liked it.
I get... Right. Have I explained to you about my rant about Air Bud?
No.
The trailer? Right? I ranted on Twitter one night drunkenly about Air Bud. So it used to piss me off when I was a kid.
Were you
right?
drunk? That's probably why it made no fucking sense.
It makes sense when I fucking explain it. Who's that?
He's the man that created
Yeah,
this
don't open that,
monster.
That's my book. I'm 50 pages in.
I'm gonna delete it.
Don't. It's Zach Bagan's Dark World.
Oh my god.
That's James Belushi.
He's the main character
Oh, Christ.
in Snowbuds.
Oh, no. Oh, James.
I'm gonna bring down the power of Grayskull on you fucks after this, by the way.
So, right, in the original Air Bud trailer that was on many of the Disney DVDs that... not DVDs, sorry, VHSs that I owned as a child.
Aye.
Yeah, I'd watch it, you know, and it'd be having its 90s, like, basketball jam music playing in the background.
Aye.
With the dog and such. And then it cuts to a bit, right, and it's like the head mistress or whatever of the school, right? And she says to Air Bud, "You're a regular Michael Wolf Jordan," right? And I don't understand why that's meant to be funny, and it really annoys
And
me.
they're saying woof instead of air.
How does that make any fucking sense?
How does the fact that you're watching a movie about a golden retriever that plays fucking basketball
Because
make sense?
it's,
You moany fuck.
I can believe well enough that this dog can play football. No, sorry, that's a sequel. I'm gonna watch it. Listen, right, it's all fine up until, you know, Air Bud,
Air Buds.
Air Bud 2, Air Bud 3, sorry, Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver,
Right.
Air Bud 3, what is it, something,
World Pup, I think it said.
and then there's Air Bud 4 something yard fetch, he plays baseball.
Yep.
So,
Spooky Buddies. Most vertical primate. Treasure Buddies. Air Bud 3 World Pup. Santa Bud. So many of these. There's the original.
yep.
That's where it all began. Holy fuck.
The important thing is...
7th inning fetch. Santa
Paws
Paws 2.
Mm.
Most extreme primate. Oh my god. Airbud Spikes Back, the volleyball.
Oh my god!
Fuck. This.
Well,
It's the worst.
Are you
I've
happy?
heard that bad things about the Buddies movies from my sister,
Aye.
so I don't expect anything. I wouldn't expect anything good from James Belushi anyway, but don't expect.
Do you know what the other film was going to be?
Uh.
Agent Cody Banks.
You
Ah,
dick!
you.
Why could it not have been that? And then I could have linked it to Transformers 4.
Because you picked the wild card.
You done Heads and Tails, yeah? Right?
I gave you the choice.
I watched Agent Cody Banks not that long ago. Holds up.
It's good.
It's good.
Second one's good as well.
Strong.
You could have linked it to G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe Retribution, the first film I watched on Netflix.
Started
off strong.
Battleship, which I've never seen.
Mine's was Lockdown with Vinnie Jones and Kimbo Slice.
I don't know what
Sweet
was,
Christ.
It wasn't that.
I watched G.I. Joe Retaliation and Cabin in the Woods back to back
I might watch Cabin in the Woods,
when I
actually.
first get Netflix.
Who cares?
So movies.
I watch movies.
Same, I watched some fucking excellent movies.
Tell us then.
Would you care for me to start?
Sure.
I watched Horns again. Somewhere in the back through our timeline, there will be an episode where I shout about Horns for like 20 minutes and how good it is. It's still as good as it was when I first watched it. It's amazing. Then, yesterday I watched Imitation Game and Kingsman.
Yep.
Kingsman's the first movie in a fair while on this that we've all seen.
I know. I then all liked.
Yep.
Yep. It was really, really good.
Yep.
Really good.
It was like Agent Cody Banks with swear words.
Aye.
Yeah. In case the viewers haven't seen it, Kingsman's like a kind of secret agency where when one of them dies, they need to recruit another one and they just like save the world and shit.
It's British kick-ass.
Yeah, it's British kick-ass.
That's what it is. With spies instead of superheroes.
Alright.
It's awesome.
See,
I loved everything about it.
the Commodore from Pirates of the Caribbean was in. He was Lancelot.
Aye.
Aye, I just realised that Melvin was the bad guy in Kick-Ass. He's Frank D'Amico.
Is he?
Aye.
Samuel Jackson.
The bad guy in Kick-Ass was
Mark
Melvin.
Strong.
Aye.
How do you know who Mark Strong is? You know seen John Carter? He's a
No,
bad guy.
I watch good films.
He was in.
You seen Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
He was actually in the Imitation Game.
Aye.
He was.
He's not Scottish, by the way.
I know.
He's like American Italian.
I thought he was English.
Aye, he's like parents are like Italian, or like one of his parents are Italian or something like that.
I was telling Joe like how great I thought his accent was because it sounded Scottish, but somebody who's lived in England for ages.
Aye, it was like fake. It was like acting Scottish.
But he sounds exactly
Like
the same
actor, I'm a Scottish actor. Scottish
as
is what it sounded like.
like tuna fish Scottish.
Aye,
Aye,
aye.
instead of tuna.
Billy Connolly. It's like
Gerard
Americans.
Butler.
Aye. No, Gerard Butler just talks in an American accent 'cause he's a fucking dick.
Makes me the man of today.
Do you know? Do you know when he done that rom-com, The Ugly Truth?
Aye.
Aye.
They were like, by the way, you can definitely keep your Scottish accent in this, and he was like, no, it's alright. They were like, but we could make his character Scottish. It's one of our ideas. He's like, no, it's alright.
Aye.
And they were like, alright, okay.
I was watching Jimmy Kimmel's Celebrities Read the Mean Tweets,
Aye.
and one of them was him, and he just does it in an American accent. I'm like, you're a dick.
Stay true to yourself, I say.
Nope, he didn't.
I love the Celtic Football Club.
I want to hear him and Drew Galloway have a discussion.
I'd probably kill myself.
I'd probably still just want Gerard Butler to win.
Want Chris Renfrew to win.
I love in that Insane Fight Club 2 documentary, which we watched and didn't talk about.
We talked about it on.
Because we have
Well,
a
that's-
fucking wrestling podcast, Chris.
I will. This is better.
It's because we have a wrestling podcast, Chris.
And like the first
Playing
time he
Ontario
was,
with my buddies.
the first time he came
Ugh.
back to Scotland, he was just wearing a Scotland top.
Aye.
Aye, a rugby top.
Aye.
So, aye.
So Kingsman.
Do you watch anything else?
I think
I watched plenty else, but I thought we'd talk about
Oh,
Kingsman.
aye, let's
think,
talk about it.
I think Guardians of the Galaxy has started this trend of like we're gonna start open movies with like a like ill-fitting 80s song playing over like the top of like action.
Yeah.
The Kingsman opened with Dire Straits.
MTV Money for Nothing.
Money for Nothing.
You know,
Which was
they,
amazing because I love that song.
do you know why that song's called Money for Nothing?
Because they have to move these refrigerators. They have to move these colour TVs.
No, they just did all the money for that song went to charity because they didn't want to do another album.
Aye.
They were like,
That's,
no,
that's the first music video that ever had 3D animation in it. The full thing's 3D animation.
Good
It looks
lord.
Terrible.
Have you seen that? Have you ever seen the animation in Alien 3?
Nope.
It's like a PS2 game. Like it's so bad.
Aye.
Aye, it didn't start getting like alright looking until 2008 or something like that. You watch Daredevil and it's just recycled CGI for Spider-Man.
Is it?
Aye. Like him jumping over the buildings and that.
Aye.
Really?
Aye.
That's
pretty funny.
bonkers, man.
Except they've like called him like red instead of red and blue.
Kingsman was really good.
Aye,
Really
it was.
funny.
I liked Samuel Jackson's Mike Tyson voice.
Yeah.
Aye. Aye.
And then like I thought Colin Firth was just tremendous in it.
That's like the first
Aye,
thing I've
he
seen
was-
Colin Firth in when I didn't want to fight him. So he was good. Michael Caine was in this.
He was.
Yeah.
Do you know who was in it?
Who?
Him for the In-Betweeners movie.
Aye, you know. You got a show around yours.
He was like Eggy's
Eggsy.
mate.
Eggsy. I love how like throughout that full film they were always like spy masters and all, we're calling him Eggsy.
I
His
know.
nickname.
Aye.
So that's
Do
amazing.
you notice that his pal, like,
I'll need to.
his pal with a big nose was.
Can't remember.
He's a guy from Betweeners movie that's like mental.
I know the guy that whose car he steals at the start. That's not really a spoiler, by the way.
Aye.
He was like in some comedy football hooligan thing my brother was watching, where he just
Oh, that's
sniffs,
quite good, that movie, I think.
sniffs cocaine all the time.
Mark Hamill's in it.
In fact, his pal that's white
I can't remember his
is
face.
the guy for In Between Us.
Can't remember his face.
It's great, man. It's so good that like
Aye.
I'd watch another one of those.
Aye. I think they might get one. It kind of seems like it's doing really well.
Is it?
Aye.
There's not really much kind of. There's plenty out in the cinema, but there's not much out new.
Aye.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like
So-
Nothing, everything, all the rom-coms and that will come out on Valentine's Day. So there's nothing until then.
no, Cineworld are doing this thing right now where when all the Oscar nominations get put out, they're like re-showing all the ones that are up for
Solo
Best Picture.
I think Cody are doing that as well. Aye.
Because like the Imitation Game and all that was on today,
Aye.
and I kind of really want to see that. It's I've heard very good things.
Are we going to go to official film show viewing of 50 Shades of Grey?
No,
Oh, fuck.
no, absolutely not.
You sure?
I'm
Yep.
positive. Get your bud off my laptop screen.
Got to set it as your back. Get much else to say on Kingsman?
No, I just
Don't
didn't.
want to like ruin it for anyone.
Aye.
Like
I
there
like
is
the-
actually a story to this
I
film
like
as
the
well.
music.
That was the weird
Aye,
thing.
music's great.
Music's
It's
cool.
also very. They obviously like the reference it in it, but it is very classic spy movie.
Oh yeah,
And the bass and all that, and like all
Yeah.
the guys are wearing like white. Or the
like funky gadgets and all that.
Aye.
James Bond gadgets.
It's cool.
Just having a
I'm
wee
not
look
big
here
on
and-
spy movies as well. Like I really don't like them. So
I do, man.
Well, it all depends really. Like it's kind of like action movies where you got one amazing one, you got
Yeah.
one shite one. Kind of
aye. The fighting.
fighting
Don't we
is
talk about the fighting in
amazing.
it?
Aye, it's
Aye.
It's
unbelievable.
nuts. It's obviously. I think you were saying you liked it better than Hot Fuzz. Like
No, I didn't say that. I just said that like I was trying when you were going to see it. I was trying to explain how funny it was
aye. Is it,
and how
like,
brutal
there's
it was.
things about it that are very like Hot Fuzz.
Kind of British comedy.
And I
aye.
think that that's the thing as well for being a American director. It's very
hard.
it's British. It's very British.
It's very British.
Movie.
Like when you think of start the film and he's just still with his mates and all that, like you'd think
Aye.
that's something that Channel 4 have just brought out,
aye,
and then it obviously turns into 20th
the
Century
fight
Fox.
scenes in it are very. You can tell Matthew Vaughn's been watching Edgar Wright movies. Like it's kind of like Kick-Ass mixed with like the fight scenes in
I hate to alarm
The
yous
World's End
here,
or
but
what's up? Aye, that was a trailer I sent you.
aye, but it's Sean and Kelly.
And we're going to see it.
Backstreet Boys.
I think they're doing one showing.
We'll be fucking.
Just rent out the whole cinema so you can dance.
Can you know how much our ticket was last night on a Tuesday?
£6.
£6.
Anyone who's listening to this who just happens to live in Scotland, I've got a life hack.
Right.
Hashtag.
Right. Where's Cineworld in Glasgow? Just
You can't miss it.
aye, you can't miss it. The big huge one.
Aye.
Aye. Right. Okay. £8 for a ticket if you're a student. £6.70. Right. Or you can spend 20 minutes of your life walking down the East End to the one in Parkhead. Student ticket £5.50. Normal price £7.
Boom.
There you go.
There you go. Life hack.
Boom, boom. Shake the room.
Also, you could go to the film theatre because it's like a £5 for a student ticket.
Aye, if you need to order a card, don't it takes ages.
So, Kingsman.
Or go to the Grosvenor in Ashton Lane because you can drink in it.
I feel like if we could try and
You're an alky bastard.
like watch similar movies to each other, that would help this show.
We should maybe kind of like communicate,
Aye.
and then just one film.
It tells me what to watch.
Even if we just all picked a film on Netflix or something, just be like, let's all watch this.
We do watch one film every week.
Well, that's true.
bet.
But it's usual total garbage and we don't want to talk about it.
Aye.
So, right, so Kingsman, I think everybody really liked it.
4.5 stars, go see it.
Aye,
4 stars, aye.
it's great. They also have changed the seats in the Odeon that we come for.
Hmm.
My ass did hurt by the end of it. But
Mine didn't. It usually does.
I might have been breaking that chair in for someone.
I watched Imitation Game as well,
Aye.
which was incredible.
What's that about?
It's about Alan Turing, the guy that broke the Enigma code,
Right.
which was the code that the Nazis used to communicate with each other, so that Britain couldn't intercept their messages, and basically ended
Broke
the war. Ended, ended the war like 2 years earlier than it would have, or whatever. It's estimated he saved 14 million lives.
Woof.
It's his life story, so I
NB.
guess saying like the ending isn't spoilers at all.
Aye.
But
No, I'll watch it.
I
so
don't.
I don't know anything about this guy, so
Aye.
I'll watch it.
It's something else.
Aye.
It really is incredible. It's Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, couple of folks that I've seen in other stuff, but I don't know their names, but I
Mark
recognise
Strong.
them. He's fucking in it. Aye. It's
Aye.
aye,
Aye.
and it's like an hour 50.
That's alright.
So get it watched, man. If you watch it for next week, there's the movie, so we can all talk about it.
Might not be able to.
You will.
My trip to America's cracked.
You'll be able to watch it.
Out here, Tricia.
Aye. My trip to America's cracked. What the fuck?
Press pack.
Yep. There we go.
Crack for this man.
Yep. There we go. I loved everything about it. Like 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
Aye, no good. Right, move on.
Did you watch?
Are you done? Are you done?
I'm done.
Aye, it was like perfect. Like everything about it. But it's fucking serious.
Aye.
So
Aye.
like make
Aye.
sure you're buckled down, ready to feel like shit.
It seems like one of the films where like you just need to like turn your computer and phone off and just concentrate on it.
Not even that. Just like it's quite
See, while we're talking about a
tragic.
film with Mark Strong in
guess.
it, have you seen Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy?
Yes.
I just want to comment on the fact the big jumpers that Tom Hardy wears because he'll try to buff up. He was meant to not be a buff guy. Anyway, what else you watch?
I watched Horns, and
You said that.
I done one more thing.
Trick shot.
Started watching Lost again.
Nope.
On
Nope.
Blu-ray. On Blu-ray.
Turn it off.
On Blu-ray.
Turn off the podcast.
On Blu-ray. Blu-ray.
We only talk about good things.
What?
Fuck off.
Will I go into my films?
Aye, that was all I watched. I never watched any horrors this week.
I never.
Yes, can't wait.
I watched some films that exist.
Tell us all. Do you want to fucking stop that?
I went to the cinema.
Oh.
Did you fuck?
Oh.
That I did.
Jesus.
And I went to see Disney's Big Hero 6.
Oh, that's good.
It's up there. It's really good.
I've
Better
still
than
not
Frozen?
seen it. I need to check that out.
Or kind of like, I suppose better than
I
Frozen
feel bad
because it
for
probably appeals to.
Fuck off.
It's not really a fairy tale story, obviously, because it's not got any fairies or tales in it. So. Or Disney princesses or anything, but I mean, like, this is like a PG, so the story's kind of quite heartbreaking at times.
It's dark.
It's dark.
It's based off a comic, so.
I didn't realise why they called it Big Hero 6 until the very end. I was like, what's it? No, I better not see it. But he wants to go to, well, he kind of doesn't want to go to this big uni, and he's like a 13-year-old whiz kid. It's kind of set in the future in San Fran,
We
Tokyo.
talked about it on this before.
Aye,
Stephen
right, I better
explained
not.
the
Aye.
story and that.
It's really good. It's
I'm
really
gonna have to
funny.
check out.
And
I have to follow my own advice and watch the same shit you have watched.
it was very good.
Can do an exchange project. I'll watch Big Hero 6 and you just watch the Imitation Game.
See
And we'll report back and see if we
See
agree with each
when
other.
you went to the cinema to see it, did you get the short film before it about the dog? It was amazing.
I've heard it's really good, though.
It's like it's just a dog kind of stoating about, and a guy takes him in, and he pure loves like meatballs and all
I
that.
totally forgot that was a thing of like when you go see the Disney animations, you get a
Aye.
It
The one
was
before
amazing.
the one before Frozen was really good.
aye.
It's like it's called. It's like an old. They it's like they basically done an old fashioned Mickey Mouse cartoon in black and white and like animated it like how they did back then. But then like halfway through it becomes a 3D.
That sounds
Thing.
fucking
And
amazing.
it's really good. It's called Get a Horse. It's called. It's on the. Kyle's got. He's got a DVD, or is it?
Aye, he does.
It'll be on that.
Aye.
Aye.
I'll check that out.
Aye, so
Aye, I'll watch Big Hero 6 for next week,
Aye,
right? And you just watch the
you-
Imitation Game and we'll
you're
see.
really good.
We'll see
Aye.
if we agree with each other.
Right, I watched something else.
You did watch something else?
Just got to mention it because we've spoken about it 1,000 times. I did watch The Incredibles. It was incredible.
It's the
End
best
of.
Pixar movie.
I've not watched it in ages.
Um,
It's so good.
I bought a Blu-ray.
You went to see something else because we talked about it yesterday and I love it.
American Sniper.
Yes.
Aye, it's good.
It's
We spoke about that. There's not really much you can say
Aye,
without.
it's so good, isn't it?
I kind of, before I went to see it, looked up the true story.
Yep.
So I knew it was
Well,
going to happen, but
What did you think of the whole propaganda type argument that's going on?
I don't really see it. It's a patriotic film that's aimed at patriotic folk.
Aye.
It's not offensive. It's
And
not.
see the big thing for me that folks seem to be ignoring. It's based on a book written by the guy it's about.
Aye.
It's
Aye.
everything's from his
Aye.
perspective.
Well, that as well.
Also, though, if they don't paint, you said they don't exactly paint him to be like a good guy.
The
No,
rival,
that's what
no,
makes it so
no,
interesting.
they don't.
Aye.
And
But,
there's
the bit with the rival marksman, I believe that is not entirely true. But you need something in a film. Like
Aye.
every film changes a story. If you're complaining
What's
about that, you can go
and see
shove
see
it up
the,
your
see the
arse.
bit when the see it's the butcher they're looking for, I think is the guy's name
Uh-huh.
or something like that. See the very first guy that they go to interrogate and they break into his house, they go in this house and his wains are crying and all that and they're shoving the wains out the way and all that. That doesn't exactly paint
No.
them in the best light, you know what I mean? You're like, holy shit.
Aye.
Calm down. But aye, it's
His first kill as well.
Aye, it's no all buttercups
I don't.
and,
I
and
don't. I
unicorns,
don't. I
man.
don't get it. What went like this when Hurt Locker came out?
Aye, this is
Or Lone Survivor. Or
this is
Saving
infinitely,
Private Ryan, or-
infinitely better than Hurt Locker.
Aye, I thought Hurt Locker was bonus.
I liked
I-
Hurt Locker.
I liked it a lot. I just
It's kind of different, even though it's about the war. It's still different.
American
It's a different
Sniper
kind of film.
really. I just thought it was just such a good film. Even if someone had made that up, it would still be fantastic.
Someone made the comment to me about how they felt the story was very juvenile, and
In what sense?
I think he didn't really tell me because I hadn't seen the film at that point. But I think he was talking about
Do
the
you mean
whole
like.
the act.
Do you mean like they paid?
No, they act like the rival marksman for the Taliban or whatever. They act like he's like a boss in like a game, and like he's unstoppable
Aye.
and stuff. I think that's what he was talking about. But yet again, they're just using something to drive a film, like every film. So
Aye,
Every film. A lot of films these days are written like a video game.
exactly.
For me, it's like the way I put it last week is that I don't know enough about it to be able to really comment on the whole propaganda, patriotism type stuff. But as a film, it's absolutely excellent.
I can see why it's up for the Oscars that it is up for.
Aye, totally. For me, it's between that and Imitation Game for Best Picture. There's, I think, 3 of them I've not seen. Not seen Selma, I've not seen Grand Budapest Hotel, and I've not seen There was another one. I can't remember.
I think that's it.
No, there was definitely
No, 'cause
three.
there's like 8.
There was definitely three I've not seen.
Selma.
So I've seen Whiplash. I've seen American Sniper. I've seen The Imitation Game.
Yep.
I've seen
Birdman.
Yep.
Grand Budapest Hotel. I think that's it.
Selma. No, there's like 8 movies up.
Good thing we have the internet.
Anyway, while you find that out, I'm going to talk about what else I watched because I really want to talk about this.
Aye, no problem.
I watched Starred Up.
Alright,
It's
aye.
a British
I need to check that out.
British film that was funded by the lottery, I believe. And
I think Gary talked about this like months ago.
no, we actually talked about we were all going to go to cinema.
Theory of Everything. I've not
And
seen
me
that.
and
I've
Gary.
seen Boyhood.
Right.
Me and Gary wanted to go see Starred Up, and I think we ended up going to see RoboCop or something. But
Worth it.
worth it, yeah.
That RoboCop remake was really good.
Aye. Starred Up, like, have you heard all the hype about this Jack O'Connell? Like, he was in Skins.
And
He's now been in this.
Ross
And,
was saying that he would have been a good fit for Eggsy if he'd in Kingsman if he'd been like younger.
Aye, might have not been that funny though. 'Cause he's-
Right. He was
and
funny in Skins.
He was also, I've not seen Skins.
Of what I've seen of, I didn't watch that season of Skins, but
He's also in that 71 that came out about the kind of troubles in Northern Ireland, and he's like a British soldier who gets lost, like right in the middle of like kind of IRA territory thing. It's meant to be really good. Anyway, so Starred Up's about a 17-year-old who's basically too hardcore for like child prison, so he gets transferred to a real prison. It just so happens his dad, who's been in there for life, is in the same ward as him, and he kind of.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything.
he's in season 3 of Skins.
It's Skins was bullshit.
He's not been in much else.
Anyway, he was so his dad runs the ward and he's kind of the head, and it's just about him trying to get treatment to control his like behaviour problems and stuff.
Alright.
Oh, he was in Harry Brown.
I'm pretty sure every Cockney actor was in Harry Brown.
Every English
It's a
actor.
fantastic movie. Yeah, he's not really. He's been in bits and pieces, but he's in Unbroken apparently.
If you want Starred Up, I'll give you my copy and
But
you can watch it because it's
the
really
main
good.
character in,
Cool.
in Unbroken.
Back in the jail.
Aye, so Starred Up, really good.
Excellent.
I watched another film.
What'd you watch? What'd you watch?
Can't remember.
What'd you watch? I did watch.
Oh, it's not a film.
I'm not just gonna go on about them, but they are like movie length and movie production value and stuff. I've been watching documentaries on the WWE Network, and I watched
Get Wrecked.
the Shawn Michaels one and the Ric Flair one, and they were both really, really good. I hope that someone does a story about Ric Flair's life, because it would
Like a movie?
does a movie. Sorry, because it would genuinely make like a really,
I'm surprised
really
more of that
good
stuff
film.
hasn't been done, but I'm sure if they
Like when he dies, maybe they.
I'm sure that like if I'm sure they might get a lot of hassle off the WWE depending on how they depict the corporation in
Aye.
said movie. So
He's had a crazy life,
aye.
so that would be a really interesting movie if someone made it.
Mm-hmm. I watched one other final thing that isn't scary.
Yes.
But on that note, kind of leads into it because it is documentaries. If you've ever watched Stanley's Superhumans,
No, but
it's just been put on Netflix.
I know about
I know
it.
about it, but I've not seen
I'd
it.
watched season 1 on Discovery when it came out, and obviously Netflix there's season 2, and it's just like so cool.
Aye.
Yeah.
It's like
Like,
I was
have, like,
watching.
life powers and all that. Like,
Well, it's just kind of folk that like. I remember when there was a guy who could like. He was a Guinness World Record of staying in a sauna the longest,
Right.
and they were like scientists found
so
out that
not
like
about like a guy who
he's
can like conduct electricity.
Aye.
Like that, and
one I
like,
watched last night was a guy who could like swim with great whites for ages and just play with them.
that's really cool.
There was a guy who could run like a monkey faster than a human. It's like they're pure bonkers, but they're quite entertaining. So
That's cool.
that's me until the scary part comes.
Cool.
I watched 2
I'm
films.
trying to think if I've missed anything. I didn't really watch any movies until yesterday. I watched like 4 movies yesterday. No,
I had
anyway.
I had a pretty eventful weekend, so I never got to see as much films as I
yeah.
wanted to.
Definitely. Watch a lot of football, I guess.
Yeah.
How long is it before we do a football podcast?
Never.
That'd be pretty
Well,
interesting.
Not in here.
Remember, I'm bringing out my podcast, Believe the Thunder,
Yeah.
the urban myth podcast for Celtic fans.
They're a podcast about football, but it's like 90 minutes long exactly every time.
Aye.
That used to be a. Did Jim Spence not do that in the BBC Scotland for you? Just called the 90-minute podcast, 90 minutes. Just a radio show about Scottish
I think
football.
it was.
Oh.
I thought that was like a only an excuse sketch or something.
It could well be.
It probably is.
Did I tell you guys about? Did I talk about Hector the Search for Happiness on this?
Rings a bell.
Aye, I
Right.
think so.
That's fine. I didn't know if I had. I seen it yesterday and I was like, I don't know if I'd talked about it. So it doesn't matter. Then.
Simon Pegg, isn't it?
Aye.
I'm pretty sure you
Mhm.
did.
Right.
I remember you saying how old they looked.
Aye. If I didn't, it was good. I only watched I didn't watch a lot this week either, but I watched two things that weren't horrors, and then I watched a horror. So, the first one I watched was a documentary about movies. So I'll talk about that. It was called Jodorowsky's Dune, and you guys know like the movie Dune.
No.
It was like
Nah,
a 70s,
I think so.
70s sci-fi movie,
Right.
directed by David Lynch.
Or the big man.
Aye.
The big man who makes well understandable films.
Dune is
Who's
Because
David
he
Lynch?
doesn't-
David Lynch does Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, Eraserhead.
Well,
Elephant
well,
Man.
Well, if you're a fan of David Lynch, fucking don't watch Dune because it is terrible.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan of David
Um,
Lynch. I wouldn't say I'm not a fan either.
But he wasn't the first person that was meant to make Dune. The first person that was meant to make Dune was this director Alejandro Jodorowsky, who also makes really weird movies, but like,
Well, like,
a different way, stuff you wouldn't have heard of. Like, I didn't hear about them until I watched the documentary. I didn't know what they were.
Weird
Anything,
stuff.
like weird 70s movies. He made like a bunch. I think he made like 2 or 3 movies, and then went to make Dune. And then the whole story is like he didn't get to make Dune, and all the reasons why. And after
That's the documentary.
aye.
Right.
After
Okay.
that, he just like didn't make movies because that like destroyed his soul, basically.
Right.
quite an interesting
Um,
topic to do a documentary.
it is, and basically they talk about like this is what the movie would have been like if it had got made, and like all the people that worked on it are talking about it and stuff like that. But like the whole story of Dune is like Dune's a planet, and the whole story is like here's this planet and here's these other planets. So what he done was like he split up the planets and was like, I'm gonna get a different person to work on the art and the costumes and the music for like every planet and all the characters on the planet.
Right.
So like for one of the planets, Pink Floyd composed the music, and like someone designed the costumes. And then for,
I
like,
get you.
aye, for like the bad guys, I thought this was really cool. Like for the bad guys, they had like some metal band compose the music. But H.R. Geiger, the guy that designed all the aliens,
Mm-hmm.
he designed the planet. And it shows you the stuff, and I won't like go into like too much detail about like the full story and that, but at the end they talk about how scenes, because they released this like, they didn't release it, they sent this like big massive book. It was probably about like the thickness of that,
Jeez, alright.
right?
Like 1,000 pages or
Aye,
something.
and it was like all the storyboards, which was like 3,000 storyboards,
Right.
all the costume designs and all the stuff like that, and sent it to like every studio, and like none of the studios picked it up, basically.
Right.
No, that's a fucking lie. Someone picked it up, and it got to the furthest point in pre-production, like all the sets and all that designed, and they were like, "You're not getting to direct this film." That's like basically what happened
Fuck.
to this guy,
Okay.
right? But then he talks about how like he's noticed that like bits of his movie have seeped into like other movies over the years.
Right.
So it shows you like here's a storyboard, and then here's a scene from Star Wars, and it's the exact same
Aye.
and stuff like that, right? And there's this thing, and it's like the bad guy's base. It was designed by H.R. Geiger, and it's in Prometheus. The full thing is just in Prometheus.
Aye.
Aye, it's like this big mound. It's like a big half like circle, and then on the top is like what it was like this person's face, but then it kind of went into an alien's head. But in Prometheus, it's like just like a big alien head on top of
Aye.
this big mound, right? So like that, and it's really weird. Like he's like I'd be annoyed if that was like me, but like that.
I'd be raging.
Aye, like,
Sounds
he's
pretty
not.
cool.
He was just like, aye, it's cool, but it's like a really interesting story. So I really enjoyed that, and then I watched Top 5, which
I
is,
saw that's a thing.
Aye, written and directed by Chris Rock, and I think it's kind of like they don't expressly say, but like I think it's kind of based on his life,
Right.
and it's like he's this sort of like, it's like funny people, but like more hard hitting, I guess, kind of thing, 'cause it's like more real. It's like he's this sort of
It's a sequel to Everybody Hates Chris, basically.
he's a comedian. He's kind of like washed up and stuff, and like he was like an alcoholic and an addict, and he went straight. And now he started making like serious movies,
Right.
and they're all shit.
Right.
And it's like he meets this like reporter, and it's like she interviews him for like the day, so like you hear about his story and all that, and it's sort of like how his life's changed and all that kind of stuff. But I won't get too into it because it's like not a complicated story, so I'll just ruin it if I talk about it. But I thought it was like really cool because it's just that thing where it's like you watch like Chris Rock or Adam Sandler, and you would never guess that like when they're not just like that all the time. They're like kind of fucked up, and it
Cool.
talks about like stories from like his past and that, and it's got like cameos from like a bunch of folk in it. A lot of the people that are in like Think Like a Man and stuff like that, they're like in that. And Adam Sandler cameos in it, and Jerry Seinfeld, and Kevin Hart plays his agent.
Cool.
So it was cool. I really liked it. The main characters are him and Rosario Dawson.
Right.
So
Excellent.
it was awesome.
Cool.
That was all I watched, I think.
To the corner.
I watched the scary films.
Some spooky ass shit.
I watched a scary film, but it was really scary. I had a nightmare after I watched it. So
Right, where are we?
you fun it?
The fuck? Is it paranoia theme?
Yes.
Paranormal.
Paralytic.
When you just brought him back to mind, going like, I would run with them, but I'm about to whitey, so no. Right, here we
I
are.
got one night and like film it. Film shows big night out.
That years ago, I put it on Twitter, and it was like the first time I ever get more than like 5 retweets. I was pure buzzing that I was going to make a found footage horror movie about Clubhouse and call it Paralytic Activity.
I get him for Christmas and tweeted, alcohol is good but also bad, question mark. And I get like 4 retweets.
Great.
Just make a found footage horror called Rain Nephew.
Nope.
It's just that.
It'll just be all blackness.
It's just an hour and a half repeat of that Vine that David took you.
I don't know what you've done to me, but I'm going to fucking kill you.
So horror films. I watched none, unfortunately, but I did play a horror game quite a bit and finished it finally.
Is this a game show?
This is the Fulm Show.
I finished
This is
the
the
evil.
Games show.
I finished the Evil Within.
This is not the
Finally.
GIM show. So
Finally,
that's kind of talking about.
and it was really good. And I was going to say it would make shut the fuck up. I was going to say it would make a really good film.
Aye, probably.
The plot's pretty interesting. I know it's hard to believe, but that game eventually makes sense. So
They might just give it to Paul W. Sanderson again, and then he'll just put Mila Jovovich on it.
Oh.
Just be like, aye, this is Evil Within, except she can just batter
They'll
everything.
just give it to Uwe Boll.
this isn't me saying they've like said they're making one. I just thought, like, see when I finished that, I was like, I would make a pretty good movie.
I watched the trailer again for the Sly Cooper movie, and I'm like quite excited for it.
Aye.
What was that?
Sly Cooper? It was like PS2.
Alright, okay.
So horror movies.
I watched Jaws.
Ooh.
Is that a horror?
Aye.
Does that count as a horror?
That kind of
The
apparent.
original, one of
Aye.
the kind of classics.
Aye.
That kind of freaked folk out in
Jaws
the
is alright.
70s. I quite liked it.
Aye.
I've seen it before.
Farewell and adieu unto you.
Like
Spanish
when
lady.
you kind of realise that that's like 1972 or 74,
It's pretty impressive.
you're like, well, fair enough.
You know.
I feel like folk, like, see when you say to folk Jaws, they think like late 80s.
Aye.
It's like way older than
Aye,
that.
Aye.
you know.
So no, it's about a shark. It eats folk.
Yep.
They're like, we don't want you eating folk anymore.
Farewell and adieu
Just a true story.
to you ladies of Spain.
Probably based on several true stories.
You know why?
It's it was about a shark that ate 4 folk over the coast of someone in 1910 or something,
Right.
and then they
You know what
caught
they
it.
called?
That was it.
Do you know what they called the robotic shark when they were filming Jaws?
What?
Bruce. and that's why the shark in Finding Nemo is called Bruce.
Is it?
Yep.
Nice.
There's some film show trivia for you.
Aye. What else do you watch?
Do you want to talk about one
Here.
first, and I'll go back?
No, you go on and I'll talk about it.
Have you watched Gothica?
I've
not
not
seen
I've not seen it.
It's
I like Perry in it.
It was. I think it was maybe the second or third horror film I've ever watched. Halle Berry.
I just remember that advert scaring me because she does that mad Jake walk.
It's quite.
Rick Flair strut.
It's probably
Where he'd turned round.
when I watched it again, it wasn't as scary as I first thought it was. But
What is it?
You
She
kinda-
works in a mental hospital or something like that.
she works in a mental hospital and she's married to like the manager, whatever you got. And then she starts seeing like this wee girl, and then they put her in the mental thing. They say that she killed her husband, but she's like, no, I didn't.
Aye.
And then she starts seeing this girl about the thingy, and the doctors see her through cameras as her like bashing her own head off the wall as if she's self-harming and stuff. But then she sees it as the girl, and then it's like, is it real? Is it not?
Is
Right.
that a ghost? Is it? Aye.
Aye.
I like the sound of that.
Cool.
Can I actually, now that I think about it, if you've ever seen the original Ring, there's kind
I've
of
never
elements
seen
that are
The
the same
Aye.
in the story.
I've never seen The Ring or The Grudge.
I've not seen The Grudge.
I think The Ring would like biff me out. I'm not feared to watch it.
I actually had a list of horror films I was going to watch this week and just was far too busy.
I can't remember what I watched, and then I was like pure buzzing. Were we talking about something and I said I was pure buzzing for Sweaty Steve's Spectacular Scare-a-thon again?
Aye, because every film's going to be in 3D.
No, that's next year.
No, come on.
I never finished it in the first year, so it doesn't count.
I feel like considering I don't work very much at this time of year, just because it's this time of year.
Aye.
I've kept myself surprisingly busy. Like the fact I don't have time to just sit and watch movies all the time is kind of shocking. I don't know like what I'm doing with
Aye.
myself that's keeping me so busy. I'm just like always.
So like I have more time now. I'm back at uni. I'm just like
I seem to just always be like doing stuff and not really have the time for it. I
Aye.
guess it's called Old Firm.
aye.
I didn't say it into the mic. Just
It was good to have it back. Regardless of the result, it was nice. Wasn't the best game of football ever, but it was a good.
As if the result was going to be anything different.
It was a good like event, I guess.
What, Gothica?
Aye,
Gothic.
Gothica.
It was a good event for the whole family.
Aye. Right.
Did you watch anything else?
Would you watch? No, I had a
I really
quiet
want to
one.
see what you're about to talk about, and I couldn't get to see
If
it.
it's a scary
I've
movie, I'm
got-
going to hit this mic off your face.
So
Scary Movie 5. No. So after I talked about like quite a few horror films last week because I was on a horror film tip. But I do a thing every so often where I just like type in like best found footage films of 2014 and
Aye.
that list comes up. So I was just like looking through them and I seen this one called The Houses October Built. And I was like, no, in fact, that's a lie. I was looking for the horror documentaries, and that came up, and I clicked on it, and I was like, this sounds dumb. So I like ignored it,
I watched it.
and then I watched, and I searched through like best found footage films, and it came up again. And I was like, I guess I'll watch this then. And produced by the guys who made Paranormal Activity in City, so like Blumhouse
Right.
Pictures or whatever.
Yep.
When did this film come out?
Last year.
Right.
This movie is half real documentary, half found footage horror film. And it's about what they call in America home haunts. Like when folk build haunted houses at Halloween in
Aye.
fields or in their house or whatever. And it's about these group of assholes that go on a road trip around America and like sort of make this documentary about home haunts. And so what they've done basically like is, I was expecting it to be like half real, like more documentary than it was, but it's basically like they filmed a movie on location as real things were happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then like I'm assuming involved some of like the real staff and stuff like that, like
Aye.
in the film.
Sounds really cool. I'm
Sounds interesting.
It's basically like
I'm extremely excited to watch it. I just couldn't get it.
Do you know that?
Cheers.
you know, like you hear about these like mad crazy haunted houses where it's like they'll tie you up and like put a bag over your head and like
Yep, fuck that.
Mhm.
do stuff to you and all that. Like it's like they're looking for like one of them basically.
Right, okay.
And like the thing is like it's this one called the Blue Skeleton that like moves around.
It's got a 5.
That's well within range.
It like moves around.
Right.
And like it's like pure hard to find and all that, and it's like you need to go to a bar and ask for this person's name, blah 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 blah. And it's like they're looking for that, and then it's like they sort of like they piss off these sort of like redneck backwood guys, and they start following them like across the country and stuff like that, and like shit,
Quite
shit
cool.
happens. There's this like girl in it, and her like face is like a doll, so it
great.
doesn't talk, and it was
No, that's weird.
Great.
man.
She's in the poster, I think.
terrifying. It's like my worst nightmare.
I don't like that.
But I would very much like to own that movie on like,
See, while we're
or Blu-ray.
on
That
this,
was really cool. I really liked it.
If I can watch it today, I probably will.
It's really good.
as we're talking about this just
Can
now,
you go back onto the main thing for it and just leave it later so I can search like related?
I've got a question to ask, and if you don't know the answer, then the viewers can tell us.
Go.
Right, see in our chat once, right? I think it was
Yes.
one of us, definitely was me, or maybe Tom.
Yep.
Posted a video for this place in like LA. It's like a whole,
Blackout.
and it's like the price to get in's a donation of dog food. But it's like pure weird. Like you see folk like getting rotten eggs shoved into their face and all, and it's pure scary.
Right. No, that is Blackout. I think that's something else. But like, aye.
I just I like go there.
It doesn't sound fun.
There's one they do that goes across the country every year, and it's The Purge. And it's like you're in this place where the purge happens.
Purge 2 is pretty good, wasn't it?
No.
I think we should all watch it again, right? And I'll just point out why it was better than what you thought.
Nope.
Nah, I'm
Nah.
good. I'm good, I have to say.
Alright, mate.
Purge 1 was good.
Mm-hmm.
Purge 1 was good.
You're
isn't it?
right.
But that
Purge-
was in Blu-ray
Purge-
for a fiver.
Purge 3 will also be good.
Might be.
Hopefully.
Purge 3, London Calling.
No, it's taking... The Purge missed their chance by making The Purge 2. So now it's taken for London Calling. You know about this?
See the day you put in the chat Purge 3 London Calling, I thought you were being serious and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, that's the best.
If you put London Calling after anything, you would believe it's a real sequel.
Aye.
Rugrats in Paris 2, London Calling. Like,
There's
I'm alright with that.
There's a film in Asda right now, and I think it's called Siege on Downing Street, and it's just Olympus Has Fallen, but in Downing Street.
Agent Cody Banks 2.
Destination
London
London.
2, London Calling.
Yep.
Right, is that us left the corner?
I am done.
A bit of a shorter show this week.
I got some voices in my spirit box. I don't know why that's funny.
You're a ghost.
You're a toilet.
You'll be a ghost in a minute.
Bit of a shorter show this week,
Yeah,
but
right.
we're at about an hour already, so
Aye.
considering we watched about 4 movies between us, it's pretty good.
3
I've done
movies
3
and 1 documentary.
I've done 3 podcasts in the space of 2 weeks. Give me a break.
It's basically a week.
Aye.
We're now going to record the show on a Wednesday now.
Yeah, we are.
Aye. Because I'm off uni, and Chris is only until 1.
That's correct. When does this go on air? On
Just
when does this
tomorrow
go?
or something.
When does this go on the line?
Aye, just like whenever, like I'll make the video tonight. It's just uploading it. It's the longest part. 'Cause
Aye.
It's like, it's like the video exports at more megabytes than you would think, even when you compress it. So, and that, it's like compressing it without making the audio sound like shit is not easy.
We do merchandise now, apparently. My,
Your mug.
my brother got me a Fulm Show mug,
Yeah,
so
you need to put a photo
so
of it
if
on the Facebook page.
if you want a Fulm Show mug,
You get
just
him on Twitter.
search my brother's Facebook account and he'll get you it for a £5.
I mean, you get a Get Wrecked one or a T-shirt.
I might get a tattoo sleeve. Just the
Damn,
Fulm
amazing.
Show.
Look, I'll come back for salute like Get Wrecked on one else cheating the Fulm Show and another.
Believe the Thunder.
Guys, I think
Podcast coming soon.
it's next time for our next segment.
Is it?
Jabroni, but that little punk, break his back, make him humble, put him in the camel crack, and I didn't do it because for the God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon.
And Sheep Tweet of the Week.
Fuck the Office Depot.
Fuck the Office Depot. There was some good ones because we did have the Super Bowl. For the love of God, go fuck yourself. I respect the Jim Ross. I know him from Georgia, and tonight we talk about my movie, Chic Movie. God bless him forever.
You listen to the legend tonight on the Ross Report. You see how I am the champion of the Earth Bubba.
The Rusev camel clutch, never be the Chic camel clutch. True.
It's true.
Raw in Denver, everybody smoke the kush.
I Humble Monday watch my movie Jabroni, and it's like a picture of Toy Him shagging him.
What for fuck?
Jake the Snake Roberts or
Do you have
something.
that bullshit thing on your laptop where you can click using the pad and it just fucks everything?
Aye.
You can turn it off.
I'll scroll with 2 fingers. Royal Rumble, somebody called the Shiki baby.
It's pretty good.
Oh my god.
I miss Patrick Swayze. Hashtag Super Bowl.
I think that should win. I miss Patrick.
It's pretty
Swayze.
good. Get your chic on.
Right, we've got a problem, but I'll tell you after this. It's very serious.
Excellent game so far, and fuck the Mel Gibson.
That's one.
Katy Perry, don't fuck it up. Stop opening Zach Bacon's
What
Dark
the
World.
fuck
I'm reading
is
every
this
fucking off,
shit?
mate. Page
Okay.
50, Orbs.
Look at the state of your laptop. It
Press
doesn't
the-
even work. Fuck off. We're done. It's over. I'm finished. I've
What
had
one?
enough. That one. Fuck the Mel Gibson.
I'm calling it Patrick Spacey.
I
one.
watched another film.
Did you?
Right.
E.T.
Is that E.T. as in
Extraterrestrial.
loved like the 80s movie
Love
or
cuddly.
or extraterrestrial hot fucking bullshit horror film?
No, the nice one.
Did you know
Right,
that this
that's
movie Extraterrestrial was made by the people that made Grave Encounters?
I didn't, but also
So
I was watching
I
something
just
this
pissed
week.
myself, Stephen.
I was watching something this week,
How
right?
the fuck?
Move! This is why I should have sat in the chair.
Right, I was watching something this week. Look at your hairy arse.
Look at it. Look right at it. I need that belt. I need that belt.
You
again.
do need that belt. You've got your arse out everywhere, man.
I didn't until recently, right? God.
This is over, man. This is done.
Right, no, wait.
We're finished.
Right, because I'm going to need to look this up. I was watching something this week and I can't remember, but the theme song to it was Rob Zombie's Dracula.
Is it Dracula
I
Untold?
can't remember it.
Not this again.
I fart about it.
Honestly.
Oh, what? Come on.
Right, that's us, I think.
That is us.
We'll organise a film that we've all seen for next week instead of just being like,
No,
aye, I'll watch that, and then
I'm
no.
going to deliberately not watch it.
Watch the Imitation Game.
No.
You'll love it. You love it.
I
Not now that
probably
you've
will.
told me to.
You love it.
I think we still watch Olympus Has
I think
Fallen
we should-
for
I
next
think we
week.
should all go watch.
I've seen it.
I think we should all.
Oh, no.
We should all go see The Gunman because it's got the best cast ever.
Aye, it does.
I think we should all go see Shaun the Sheep movie.
I can smell that. You dirty bastard.
This is over.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheery bye.
Cue music.
Do we play the jingle on the way out as well?
Of course.
Oh, right, hold on now.
Don't be a jabroni.
Gonna have to give that some air.
Because it's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Bye.